Hey darlings! So we are finally decorating for spring together, and I already went ahead and put up the florals just to give myself a little like inspiration and a little bit of the color palette that we're going to be using. So I was so excited to share that with you. I also have a few little Disney surprises. I went to Disney yesterday and they have the Easter stuff out. So I do want to show you a couple of those things, but we will be decorating for spring today and Easter fully next week. So let's go. I wanted to start with the TV stand, and I found these really adorable spring Eastery looking candles that are shaped like little eggs. And I love this because it's not so Easter that you can't use it during just regular springtime, but also I'm going to be able to reuse it, and I love that. And they're also both unscented, which I really love, so that way I can keep them out without worrying about overpowering my other candles. After I finished placing those, I had this other beautiful candle, and I believe I got this at HomeGoods, and honestly, this is probably one of the more beautiful candles I've ever seen, and I really enjoy that I'm going to get to reuse this candle holder because it looks identical to a lot of my other decor, and honestly, I just really love that it's butterflies. I used these last year in my spring decor as well, so I believe I actually got these at Walmart maybe, and they did come in a set, and they are actually planters, so there's a little hole in the bottom. And I love this because it matched the color palette that I already had with my florals, and also I just love being able to reuse decor year after year. If you've seen my Christmas decorating videos, you know I absolutely adore swans. This is so perfect. I actually got this the other day at Michael's, and I'm absolutely in love with it. This kind of opal iridescent swan, and it is ceramic. It has a little opening in the back so you can put a little candle or something in there. And they had a beautiful gold swan, which again goes with all my living room decor because it's gold. And I was absolutely in love with this. I wanted to put it in the bottom center because that's such a good eye-catching place when you look at the TV stand. And then I actually moved that candle over from over there because I thought it matched a little bit better on this side of the TV stand than the other side. And then I have Mickey. This is actually from my decor, my just general decor that I've shown before. And all I did was I just used the white Mickey Mouse. He's actually a salt and pepper shaker. And this is another reuse from last year. It's just a gold bird that actually hangs up. So I love that so much. I'm thinking about getting one of those plate display to prop it up with. And this is another reuse item. I love how much I was able to reuse this year. And it's just a vase that looks like a woman with her hands under her chin. It's super, super cute. So this is the very simple finished spring TV stand. Then I wanted to show you all a faux flower DIY completely from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to start out with these 3 gold vases, $1.25, like $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Amazing. And they're pretty nice quality frames. You can see that I'm going to actually end up taking the plexiglass or the not real glass but not plastic out of the frame because I'm going to end up putting some vases and then filling those with faux flowers to have some decor above the TV stand. And I really have wanted to do this for a while, so it's glad that I was able to do this pretty affordably. And there's unfortunately cardboard like color on the back of these, so that was a little bit discouraging. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And so you'll see I have a couple of different options. So the first one that I'll show you is just putting the frame up against the wall, because I really didn't need the back of the frame necessarily. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll do that. And then once I looked at these vases and the color and just the way they are, it's ceramic, I ended up actually going with printer paper. So I still used the back of the frames, and I just put the vase up against the white printer paper, and I really liked that contrast of color. It's really beautiful, and you'll see everything ends up working out in the end, but this was one of those DIYs where I need to trust the process. So this is the foam we're going to use to put inside of the vases. Now this foam is from Michael's. It was on sale, but you can get foam at the Dollar Tree as well. The vases themselves are from Amazon, and I'll link those below. The flowers are from the Dollar Tree. So the only thing not from the Dollar Tree technically is the vases, because like I said, the foam you can get at the Dollar Tree, so it's no big deal. So after I got most of the vases ready, I went ahead and unwrapped the foam, and you can see it's definitely not going to fit. So I ended up cutting it. I just used like a regular kitchen knife, and I cut it into this kind of diamond baseball field kind of shape, and it ended up fitting really perfectly in the vases after that. So I really love this, again, because it's affordable, but it's also really beautiful, and I can switch out the foam when it gets too worn out, because what I'd like to do is also switch the flowers out with different seasonal colors. I don't normally like faux flowers, but I like the idea of being able to reuse the same type of thing over and over, and so this was really nice. So all I did was cut these down, and these are actually old kitchen shears that I saved from another set of knives. So I just cut those off. Of course, we have to be as careful as possible, and I just insert it right into the foam. And the foam is made for these types of flowers, so it's very, very easy. So I used pink, and then I also have some white flowers. So these are kind of like faux pink roses with, I believe, what's supposed to be white carnations. So you'll see all of them look a little bit different, which I love because it's not perfect. But once we're up against the wall, the frame looked really incredible. And I'm just going to be as transparent as possible with you guys. So I definitely have these up there with thumbtacks. This is a very, very affordable DIY to do. And then I want to show you these cute little frames completely done. And then I'll show you how to do the last one. So these two are already done. This was very, very easy. You can kind of see the finished product. Very beautiful. I really honestly like it. I wanted to show you the way it looked against the wall as well. So it's pretty flush. So I have the white printer paper and then the back, and I just tore off the part that props up the photo frame. I just ripped that off, and I have the screwdriver and the screw that I'm going to hang up. I actually end up changing the screw because I didn't realize I had grabbed the wrong one. So I'm tapping the frame to make sure that all the paper and stuff goes to the bottom. Then I'm going to use the screw and the little part that is actually going to go in that larger hole in the back of the vase that you all saw a second ago when I was showing you the vase generally. So yeah, you can see this hole is pretty large. So it came with like stoppers with the vase, and I really liked that it was that easy. So you just screw that onto the screw, and like I said, I actually ended up realizing I had grabbed the wrong screw because I had like several things going on at once, but it still ends up working out, so no big deal. This is the exact same process, and you'll see I put that on there. I put it on the screwdriver, and we're just going to avoid that metal part. Then I'm going to put the frame down on the counter and make sure that it's like hanging off the counter, right? So I can go through all these layers of paper and cardboard frame. This is the benefit of having something that's more cheaply made, is I can just like basically jab the hole through it. And that way you have exactly where the hole is supposed to go with the vase before you put it up on the wall. So I make sure that everything is straight, and then I'm going to mark it in the wall. So I'm not going to screw it in right now. I'm just going to mark where the hole is. And then I do exactly the same thing. I pretty much just go in, I live in an apartment, it's drywall, but you can just go in and screw it in, and then this is what it looks like. So I ended up changing from the black to the silver screw. And this is our finished DIY. Very easy. You just pop the foam with the flowers in once you have everything screwed into the wall. And then as long as you're careful, you screw everything in correctly, I think you'll be good to go. So after that, I was honestly a little bit tired because I'm not used to doing that type of thing. So I wanted to make a quick pink smoothie with you guys. It's actually like burgundy, like red smoothie, but this is dragon fruit frozen. Super delicious and not an overwhelmingly sweet flavor. And I put it in there with strawberries and then like a little bit of water. And it was super, super yummy. And I wanted to share it with you guys because it is really good. And I love just making things with you all and hanging out. I know, like you're hanging out, we're decorating and we're just having a good time. So finally, I wanted to move on to the kitchen. So you'll notice that I have these pink knives that I had used in my Valentine's Day video. So those will be out for a while. This is the extra faux flowers. And then I have this little section with my bread, my bagels. So I just want to do something very like Cinderella themed for the kitchen because it's Cinderella's anniversary. And I found these at TJ Maxx, I think, and they're actually measuring cups. And I loved them so much because it looked kind of like handmade almost with like the prints in there. And Cinderella looks hand-drawn. The castle looks hand-drawn. It was very, very beautiful. And these are official like Disney brand. So you should be able to find them pretty easily at like your local TJ Maxx or Home Goods or even Marshall's. I think they have similar stuff. So it actually came with 4, but the other one was the carriage I didn't like. This mug is so beautiful. This is another official Disney product that I found at TJ Maxx, and I love it. Oh my gosh, I adore Cinderella. I adore all of the original classic animated films with the princesses and everything. So all of the romance and the beauty and the old-fashioned animation just makes my heart so happy. So I had to have that in the display. And it came with this beautiful stir stick that was a ceramic glass slipper. And I love that. So it has a little heart on the shoe and everything. And I actually ended up figuring out that I can just prop the heel up in the mug, which honestly I felt like so smart after that. Then I wanted to have another reuse item. It has water spots on it because I just washed it. That's Florida water for you, but it's actually a clear flower vase. So I'm gonna end up putting some fresh flowers on all of the different vases. I just hadn't had time to grab them all yet, but I liked that a lot. And like I said, I had this for a couple of years in a row, and I thought this was the perfect spot because that way I can put some like white flowers or something in there. And I kept it super, super simple. I just wanted to add these cute little like stirring spoons, like teaspoons, but they're not like teaspoons, they're stirring spoons for tea. And I like these because these are actually glass. I believe I got them at Marshall's, and they just had like these 4 little spoons. I really liked that. Very simple because I'm going to be adding Easter decor. So I'm not going to be taking any of this down for Easter. I'm actually going to be adding to it, which is why I was like, it's fine if I decorate for spring now. Then I just had the kitchen island to go. So you'll see a couple of familiar pieces. So I have the cake stand, then I have these beautiful white vases that I have used in the past. I've used these quite a few times, I think, because I use them for summer and spring. So I just put those on either side of the sink, and I'll be putting some fresh flowers in those later on. And I wanted to use my pedestal mostly to display a very beautiful Disney item. So I think I posted about this on my stories, but I might have even talked about it on here before. This is a Cinderella popcorn bucket. It actually plays music, and it has a little sword in the stone. It's based on the Regal carousel, so you'll see it lights up, it moves, it plays music. It's honestly one of the best popcorn buckets I've ever seen. I saw this and I thought, oh, well, I have to have this. This is so, so beautiful. I mean, honestly, it's like I said, it's just elegant it's definitely a display piece. I feel like this is one of those that you just want to have out all the time. And it matched perfectly with my Cinderella theme. So I had these little mugs that I think I got at Five Below. And I actually used these in my Valentine's Day video as well. So these are another reuse item. I'm trying to use everything as much as possible so that it gets a lot of display time before it goes away for the next season. But I just loved it. Oh, I love this so much. These beautiful DIYs. So this is the end of the decorating portion. So now I'm going to show you a few Disney teasers. Okay, so I am finally in my warm and cozies. We are completely done decorating, and I wanted to show you the awesome stuff that I had gotten at Disney for Easter. So I'm so excited. We are actually going to try this Grand Floridian little cake that I got at the Grand Cottage. So I'm gonna show you guys a little sneak peek. Next week we'll be decorating for Easter, and I'll also be posting a little Easter at Disney video. So I'm very excited about it. But this is the lemon blueberry whoopie pie. Super cute. His little head broke off though, but that's okay. He still looks super cute. So we're gonna try this together. And then I also wanted to show you the prize that you get for completing the extravaganza. So, oh, don't look, okay. The extravaganza, that was the answers, don't look. So you actually get this really, really cute Mickey egg, and you have him, and then you have paints. So, and you get a choice of Mickey, Minnie, the White Rabbit, Thumper, or Chip or Dale. So super, super cute. I got Mickey Mouse because I thought it was really adorable, but I kind of wish that I had Minnie, but she was already sold out. And I went like, I feel like it's the first day and they're already sold out. I was like, I'm sorry, what? They're already sold out of Minnie Mouse. So sad, but it's okay. Yes, also, we're gonna try the whoopie pie. I'm super excited, but I'm so excited. Isn't he amazing? Oh my God. He's so cute. This is the popcorn bucket for Easter. What I love the most is actually the strap. So I'm gonna try to show you guys the strap. Oh gosh, let me zoom in. There we go. He's all these different like faces. So he's making like different faces and stuff in each one. Oh my gosh, so adorable. And he's holding his little egg. And this one actually has a lot of like I don't eat popcorn, but if I did, that would be an ample amount that you could put in there. So I love him. He's perfect for Easter. To be honest, I was not planning on getting an Easter like popcorn bucket, but they already had him out when I went, and I was like, well, they already have him. So I went ahead and did that. I want to show you guys a couple of teasers before we do Disney at Easter at Disney and my Easter Decorate With Me video next week. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I love doing this, the DIY. I can't believe it turned out really well. Wild how well the DIY turned out, but yeah, I will see you guys next time.